Hi everyone, this is Math MIU 3 Investigations in Unit 1, Lessons 4.5 and 4.6. What are we learning? We are learning to use multiplication facts to solve division problems. We are learning about the inverse relationship between multiplication and division to solve problems. We're using and understanding multiplication and division notation, and we're identifying and learning multiplication facts not yet known. Remember, division is separating items into equal groups and finding the number in each group or the number of groups. Over here, I have 15 items, that's 15 apples. I'm dividing them into 3 groups. I have 3 circles to represent those 3 groups, and I have 5 apples in each group. There's my product. Quotient 15 divided by 3 equals 5. Equal groups. Groups that contain the same number of objects. So when you divide, you separate items into equal groups. So it's important to keep your groups equal. So there are 3 groups over here, 3 equal groups, and they each have 5 apples. They have been divided up evenly. One thing that you can do at home to practice mental math is practice skip counting. Challenge yourself to skip count by 3s, 4s, 6s. Challenge yourself to start at a different number other than 1. That's a great way to practice mental math at home. Different ways to write problems. We're going to take a look at a problem, and I want you to think about the different ways to solve those problems. So here I have a math problem. I'm going to read it to you. 6 friends collected bottles and cans to bring to the recycling center. The cashier gave them $24 for all of the bottles and cans. The friends shared the money equally. How much money did each friend receive? Well, there's 6 friends, and they are going to each get a certain amount of money. And what we know is that they have $24 and they have to divide it equally. So one thing you can start thinking about is a multiplication problem. 6 times, so remember there's 6 friends, times some dollar amount that they each get equals $24. So think to yourself, what is 6 times something equals 24? What's a strategy you could use at home? What's another way? So the notation was like this. When we're going to show our division problem, it's 24 divided by 6 equals, and that's an amount of money that each friend would get. You could draw a picture to go with it if you can't remember the multiplication fact. One strategy you might try is drawing 6 circles to represent each of the friends. And then you could pretend like you're handing out the money to each friend by drawing a tally mark in each circle and counting until you get to 24. So I would start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's $1 for each friend. And then I would keep doing the same thing until I got all the way to 24. Now you try. See how much money each friend would get. Another thing we can do is solve division problems and try a different strategy. So let's go over here. I have 32 markers. I will make packs of markers and put 8 markers in each pack. How many full packs of markers can I make? So again, think about what you know and what strategy could you use to solve this? Well, I know I have 32 markers, and I'm making packs, and I'm going to put 8 markers in each pack. So think to yourself, what's the multiplication problem that would represent this equation? 8. So we know there's 8 markers in each pack, but we don't know the number of packs. So 8 times the number of packs equals the total number of markers, 32. Well, if you can't remember the number that you multiply by, maybe you can draw a picture to help you figure it out. We also have a fun game the missing factors game. Now this, your teacher may have already played with you, or you may haven't played it yet, but if you get a chance, the way it works is you are going to try and find the missing factor. So the picture on top up here shows you an array, and it's missing a number. It's missing one of the dimensions. It has a question mark, which represents one of the dimensions. And so you have to think to yourself, what number is missing here? So the area is given to you, 25, and one dimension. Now, one thing I noticed is this is a perfect square. And what do you know about perfect squares? That's right, all the sides are the same length. So the missing number must be 5. 5 times 5 equals 25. And if you get it correct, you want to go ahead and move it over to your collection box. If you're playing by yourself, you can just choose if you're player 1 or player 2, and then the next card pops up. So keep playing until you know them all. If you get to one you're not sure of, 8 times some number is 80. The dimensions are 8 and something else in this rectangle. Well, if I wasn't sure and I said 6 and then I got it wrong, I could turn it over and see 8 times 10 equals 80. That would be one I need to review. Have fun playing that one. Lots of practice there. Another game we have is the count and compare game, which I've just misplaced. Here it is. So count and compare. The way this game works is player 1 taps the deck to deal a card and drags that card to the dash box for player 1. Player 2 taps the deck to deal a card and drags that card to the dash box for player 2. Decide whose card has the largest array by skip counting using a known multiplication fact or some other strategy. Counting the squares by ones is not allowed. The player with the largest array drags both cards from the round to his or her collection box. If both arrays in the round have the same number of squares, players make a rule to determine who gets the card. When a rule is decided, it cannot be changed until the game is over. Here's a possible rule. Each player deals a second card on top of his or her first one. The player with the largest array of the second cards collects all of the cards. The game is over when the deck of cards runs out. The player with the most cards is the winner. When you click on them, they flip over, and then you can drag them. See if you can play with somebody at home for practice. Have fun. And then we have an assessment coming up because it's getting towards the end of this unit. So make sure to practice those multiplication facts, and good luck.